Spade back here with you, High Noon Leatherworks, for another leather adventure. And today I'm going to share with you some of the ways that I keep myself organized and keep all the stuff that's involved in leather crafting that I do at a hand's reach. And it's just kind of a thing that I've evolved through as I started this, and I just thought I'd share it with you. I haven't done that before, so I thought I'd do that today. So come on in and let's get started. Alright, so I'm sure you've all seen these plastic organizers. I bought most of mine from Bass Pro Shops. When I catch them on sale there, I'll buy a couple of them and I'll throw them in the shed, and then when I need to expand some of my stuff, I'll go grab one and start putting it in there. So what I did was I bought several of these, then I started dividing all my stuff up that I knew I was going to need. Sewing supplies. I got me a little label maker and put labels on them, so I know I don't have to go through each one of them each time. I know exactly what's in it. So my sewing supplies are in the first one. I keep that one on top. It's got needles, thread, wax sinew, it's got a measuring tape, it's got some finger covers, and it's got a couple of needle threaders in there. So anything that I want to need for sewing or stitching, I keep in my sewing supplies box. Next, I've got one that I labeled hardware, and that's pretty general, but it does have snaps. I've got gold snaps, I've got silver snaps, I've got round buttons of 2 different sizes, I've got some Chicago screws in here, I've got 3/16 rivets, I've got 5/16 rivets, I've got some diamond shaped buttons in here, I've got some small brass grommets, I've got some pearl snaps, 1/4-inch snaps, I've got some silver small grommets, then I've got some decorative upholstery tacks, and then I keep my setting tools in here. So any of my setting tools that I would need for my rivets, my snaps, anything like that, I'll keep in here with it. That way it's all together. So that's what I've got in my hardware container. Then I keep one that's key rings, clips, tassels, and buckles. So instead of just naming it hardware, I keep all my different sized key rings in here. I've got 3 different sizes. I've got some hooks, snap hooks of different types in here. I actually have a bunch of small magnets in here, and then I've got a bunch of tassels of different colors in here, and then I keep some of my buckles in here of different sizes. So that's the third one that I have. Then my fourth one, I keep stamps, large conchos, plastic clips, and if you take a look in there, I've got some decorative stamps. These are wildlife. I keep my stamp in there for my logo, my maker's mark. Here's some guitar conchos. Here's some large belt conchos. And then I keep these plastic snaps in here handy. So anything like that I put in that container. Then I have a small one that I keep on top that's charms, some grommets, a little larger grommets than what I have in my hardware, and then small conchos. So I've got some leather conchos, I've got some screw-in conchos. Here's a buffalo nickel, an Indian head nickel. There's the larger grommets. I've got some charms in here. Here's some metal conchos. Got two different sizes of those. I do have a couple of other swivel snaps in here. And then I have some slide buckles in here also. So it makes it easy for me, since everything's labeled and everything's stacked in one spot just within arm's reach. It makes it easy for me to reach over and grab that. Then on the other side of that, I have a container with a lid, pop-off lid, and I keep it full of gloves. So vinyl gloves for all my dyeing and everything like that, to protect my hands. And then under that, I keep a container that I keep a sponge and water in there, and that's what I do all my casing with. So I keep all that stuff within arm's reach also. So we can put that all back. And again, I keep what I use most on top. So my sewing and stitching, then my hardware, then my buckles and stamps last. And then I keep the smaller container on top. So that's all within arm's reach. Then here I have some small containers that I got at the dollar store, and all they are just plastic drawers. So they will sit on top of one another, but they're separate. So they're just plastic drawers, and what's nice about that is I've got a whole bunch of decorative stamps in there, but I can see what's in there without opening the drawer. So I can actually see what's inside. I've got my beeswax in this one. I've got a letter stamping kit in that one. Again, I keep what I use the most on top, just so that I know that's what's in there. I like the fact that it's clear, so that I can see what's in there. I don't have to open a drawer to see what's in there, to look for something. Then on the other side, I've got a couple more of those, again within arm's reach. Different stylus, a couple of extra punches, an extra carving knife. Then I've got, on the bottom one, I've got a big decorative belt buckle, silver belt buckle, and then a couple of different Sharpies in there. And then over here in the far side, I have a mesh basket, again at Dollar Tree, that I got. And that keeps my different dyes in there, my different colored dyes. I keep my Leathercraft glue, my leather sheen, and all my contact cement in there. So in that one little tiny container, I've got everything I need for dyeing and gluing. So I don't have to go hunt for that. I know exactly where it's going to be every time I go to look for it. Then I made this out of a 1x4 and a 2x4. I just screwed them together, put the 2x4 on edge, screwed it to the center of the 1x. Then I took a drill bit and drilled offset each hole and drilled a hole in there to hold my punches. So my decorative punches, my stamps, my stylus, my stitching hole punches, an awl, my other stitching awl, and then these are round punches. So that's what keeps all my stuff organized for tools right in front of me. And I've shown the board before. If you go back, there's another video of how I did all of my tools out of leather, hang those up out of leather. So I've got all of my round stamps, all of my small hand tools up there, just within arm's reach. And it makes it super convenient when you're working on something that you don't have to get up and go searching for it. It's all right here. And if you have a big enough workspace, you can do that. Obviously, if your workspace is real small, that's going to be an issue, but you could maybe get another table to sit at a right angle and put all of your organized tools and hardware and supplies on that table. So that keeps me organized, makes it easy for me to put things away when I'm done with them. I'm real bad sometimes of just laying it down, and if I had to get up and walk over to a toolbox or walk over to a storage cabinet or something to put all that stuff away, it most likely end up laying on my work surface and cluttering up my work surface. So I do a lot of straightening and cleaning if that was the case. In this case, it's right here. It's easy for me to put it away, and then I'm done with it. I know I could start another project. I got a nice clean work surface, and I don't have to worry about going and hunting for anything. All right, I hope that helped you out. It helps me so much to stay organized, keep everything within arm's reach, and it keeps my workspace clean. So hope that helped you out. Little tip that I use, again, I still pick those up when they're on sale. I pick up a couple here and there just to keep them in case I get new things that I need. Like I got a bunch of stuff off of Amazon the other day of different sizes of buckles and D-rings and different things like that I'm going to have to get another container to put all that stuff in because all my other ones are full. So I keep using those and keep collecting hardware and tools and things that I put those in. So thanks a lot. I hope this helped you out. I appreciate you coming along. If you haven't, smash that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Please, as I always say, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.